So I'm starting this video on my couch in my comfy clothes because I started filming an intro for this video and me doing my eyebrows and my memory card got full and it just deleted the whole clip. I had no idea. You'll see in the next clip that I apologize if anything changed because I had to get up and change the memory card. So yeah, I apologize for that. And also I wanted to say the lighting changes so many times in this video. I hope that it's not too distracting. So since there is no intro, this is a full face of e.l.f. makeup, as you can tell from the title. I hope that y'all enjoy this video and I'll see you at the end. Okay, if anything looks different, I'm sorry. My memory card ran out of storage, so I had to stop and fix that. That was super easy to work with. Okay, I just cleaned up my brows up a little bit. On days that I'm having a really bad brow day, which I feel like I am today, I will take concealer and just clean them up. And then I use my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to blend this out. And this is a brush that I've had forever. And I love the way that it works for this exact purpose right here. So I did purchase the Wow Brow in the shade Taupe. So let's try it out. Ew, I really like that. Wow. Okay, I'm sure y'all can tell, but it has little fibers in it, so look at the way my brows look really feathered. I really like this product. I've never used it, but I think it's my new favorite. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with their eye primer in Sheer. So I've heard great things about this. The only thing that I'm concerned about is the fact that it doesn't really have a color to it, so I don't think it's gonna even out your pigmentation on your lids, but I guess you could put concealer under it, but I really want to see how this works on its own. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to apply that and then smooth it out with my finger. Okay, it's not working into the skin very well. I think I just used too much, or maybe it's just not working very good with my fingertip. But I'm going to take my e.l.f. sponge. Y'all know that I love this. And I'm just going to blend it in with that. I really like the way my brows look. Like the combo of those two products, I was not having a very good brow day, but I really like the way it looks now. Okay, before I move on to my eyes, I want to go ahead and apply some primer. So I'm using the Poreless Putty Primer. I know they came out with, I think, a hydrating and a mattifying primer, but I just have the original. So I like to place it in my T-zone and kind of just everywhere in the center of my face. And I do love this primer. It really helps to smooth everything out. I can tell a difference as soon as I put it on and the way my skin looks. And it's not hydrating, but it's also not drying. Okay, I picked up their Glow Dewy Mist. It has coconut and argan oil. So I'm really excited about this. I got this to set my makeup with, but I'm also gonna prime my skin with it, so. Okay, I don't really like the way it sprays on the skin because it's definitely not like a mist. It's more like a spray, but it does feel really good on my skin. And it smells good. It's not like overpowering. Okay, now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So I picked up the Bite Size eyeshadow in Cream and Sugar. Okay, my only complaint about this so far is that I opened it last night to look at it and swatch it, and I dug my nail into this shade, and now I just opened it again and dug into this shade. So it's kind of hard to open. It's probably just me because I'm really impatient, but I cannot wait to try these out. I hope that they are comparable to the Wet n Wild palettes because I tried those recently and they were great quality. I use them every time I do my makeup now. First, I'm dipping into this nude shade right here. I'm just gonna set my whole lid with it. I'm using the blending brush from e.l.f. I am gonna use their Line and Define eye tape. I love these things. I did already have them in my collection. So they're really long, so I like to cut them in half so that they'll last me longer. I just keep little scissors on my desk and in my kit to trim lashes and stuff, so I just cut them in half and then apply them onto each eye and try to get them as even as possible. I have two eyeshadow brushes that I really love, and one is the blending brush. It's a little bit smaller, and then the other one is the fluffy eye blender brush. It's pretty large, and the only deeper shade in here is really dark. So I'm gonna use the blending brush, and then I'll probably go over it with the other one. So I am just gonna dip into this darker brown, and I'm gonna keep it really low at first just to see how it performs. Sorry, Austin called me right in the middle of that, but I'm just kind of building this up and blending it out. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of like a cut crease, so that's why I'm bringing it just kind of right here to define that. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't love it. I don't like it as much as the Wet n Wild shadows. And I don't like that there's not really like a crease color, because normally I wouldn't bring this up so high. I would have used like a crease color and kept this like on my outer corner. And I feel like it's looking more like a black, like a gray tone, and not very chocolatey, and I just do not like gray tones on myself. So I'm gonna take the Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm probably gonna be mixing this later for my skin or for my face, but this is the shade Medium Peach, and I don't have like a concealer brush from them, so this is Eco Tools. I just get a tiny bit of that on my brush. I just know where I like to place this, and I just like to go a little bit above my crease. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dogs. I tuned them out, so I didn't even realize she was barking in the background. This is their eyeshadow C brush. I really like this because it's rounded, so it's perfect. I go in first and just kind of blend the concealer or melt it into the skin, and then I'll come over here and I just kind of drag the darker into the concealer, sorry. And I'm gonna do the same exact thing on the other eye. And I don't even attempt to get this perfect because I can make it more precise once I add the shadow, the shimmery shadow on my lid, and I can even go in with the darker color right above it too. So now I'm going to wet my brush with my setting spray. And then I'm gonna take the lighter shimmer shade in here first. Hopefully I didn't get too much. And I'm just gonna put that everywhere I just put that concealer. I'm gonna kind of stop just before going all the way out because I think I'm gonna take the more gold shimmer, the darker one, and use it over there. It looks so much different on my eyes than it does in the pan. It looks like gold in the pan, but then on my eyes it looks silver, so that's interesting. I will say that the shimmer is making up for the matte shade a little bit, but I'm still not in love with this, y'all. I'm so sad because I feel like I've heard really good things about it. Okay, now I'm taking the darker shimmer and I'm gonna place it right in between. I'm gonna kind of bring this into the inner corner too because the other one is just really silver. And like I said, I'm just not into like grays, silvers. I just don't like it on myself. And when I picked this one right here, I was thinking, okay, warm tones, golds, chocolatey brown. Evidently I was totally wrong. That's not the vibe I'm getting at all with this. Okay, I'm gonna take that same blending brush and pick up the dark shade and just make sure that this blends nicely and go back in and deepen it up just a little bit. Okay, so I just took the detail crease brush and dipped into that darker shade just a tiny bit, and I just went right above where I put the concealer and the shimmer shade just to make it look a little bit more defined and kind of clean it up. I always like to do my eyes and then I kind of jump around, so things may seem not blended, but I'll go back and make sure that they are. Okay, now I'm gonna go into eyeliner. This is their liquid liner in the shade Jet Black. And y'all, this stuff is so good. So I like to just kind of get the excess product off. I'm gonna go ahead and peel these off and get my eyeliner exactly how I want it. Because as you can see, the tape was not exactly in the right spot. Y'all, look how much fallout. The amount of fallout that those eyeshadows have, which doesn't really bother me because I usually do my eyes first if I'm actually gonna wear eyeshadow, but that's definitely a lot of fallout. Okay, I used a makeup wipe to clean up, and this is why I don't use makeup wipes anymore. As you can see how sensitive my skin is to it. This liner is not at all what I was going for, but we're just gonna go with it, and I can touch it up later if I want. So I do have some lashes. I'm really excited about this. These are the Faux Mink lashes in Social Butterfly. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to trim these. Okay, y'all, I went off camera to apply these lashes and I added a little bit more eyeliner on top too. Y'all, these are so pretty, but kind of dramatic for me, not gonna lie. I don't ever wear anything this dramatic, so they feel a little weird, but they are pretty comfortable. They were pretty easy to put on. I'm not used to applying lashes that have like a stiff band, but it was really easy. So okay, now since I've already primed my skin, I'm gonna go in with the Flawless Finish foundation. This is in the shade Almond. It's medium with peachy undertones. When I ordered this, I was already getting a pretty good base tan and I was self-tanned. So I was really tan and I was thinking by the time I get it and film this, I'll be real tan. Well, it didn't happen like that and I'm not very tan, so I'm kind of scared. I hope that this matches me. If it doesn't, we'll make it work with concealer. I don't know that the undertone's gonna be great, but it doesn't look too bad. I got this buffing foundation brush, so I'm gonna use it and we'll see how it works. And I'll go over the top of it with my sponge. I'm just gonna kind of buff this in instead of doing like circular motions. Okay, so this is not gonna be too bad. Good. It does look a little orange in person. I don't know how it looks on camera. It does have a scent, but it's not really bothering me, so. The scent is kind of weird. It's really reminded me of like Curb cologne. If you know what I'm talking about. I feel like my brothers used to wear that when I was little. Okay, that looks pretty good, but I'm gonna see if I can build it up just a little bit, like on my cheeks where I have redness. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't usually go for something with a ton of coverage anyways. I just feel like once I do powder, concealer and powder and everything, it works out fine anyways. It's very, very thick. Like, it does not move when you put it on your skin, which I don't really mind. I'm not very picky with my own foundation. I'm picky about my clients and how things work for them. I bought a darker concealer too. It's in Tan Sand, which I think it's gonna be as dark as this or even darker. So I'm gonna use a tiny bit of that. Kind of spread it. And then I'm gonna go in with my original one in Medium Peach. And hopefully the combo of these two works out good. I know I'll probably make the ugliest faces. I feel like that worked out pretty good. It's not the most brightening, but that's okay. I'm gonna add some of the light shade in the center of my face and maybe just a little bit on this inner corner. Okay, I'm gonna move on to blush first just because I bought their cream blush. I don't know exactly what it's called. There's not a name, but it is in this shade Glistening Peach. I've really been into cream products. Yeah, I think it's pretty, but it's just not showing up very well on my darker skin tone. Okay, so I think if I had picked a better shade, that would have worked a lot better, but I really wanted to try. I bet it would be really pretty on bare skin. Okay, now for powder, I have the Halo Glow setting powder. I tried this out a couple videos ago and I really liked it. I have it in the shade medium, I think. I'll list all of this down below, but I'm just gonna make sure nothing is settled in. I'm gonna go in with their complexion brush. I use this for blush, bronzer, everything. I love it. And I'm just gonna dust that powder all over. All I can smell is that Curve cologne. I'm gonna have to get somebody else. If y'all use this and you feel like it does smell like Curve, please let me know that I'm not crazy. I definitely feel like I can see that blush. I hope that it doesn't look crazy, and I hope that the camera's not washing it out so you can see it too. Okay, for bronzer, I have the, I believe it's the Primer Infused bronzer, and it's in Perpetually Tan. Hopefully it's dark enough. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna use that same complexion brush. It looks a little orangey on the skin. It's very pigmented, so you definitely need to tap your brush off. I have their baked highlighter, I think it's called, in Apricot Glow. Apricot. I have their highlighting brush, which is a lot bigger than I expected. Like, I feel like this is more for setting your under eye. So I'm taking this darker shade and I'm just putting a tiny bit on my lower lash line. I'm nervous about this. I don't want there to be a ton of fallout. I just do not like the tone of this. I feel like it literally is just making me look like I have black eyes. Maybe it's not coming across that way on camera. I'm gonna carefully take the fluffy eyeshadow brush and try to kind of blend that. I'm gonna take my volumizing and defining mascara from them. This is new. I did use it on my top lashes, but obviously it's kind of hard to judge when you're just using it to blend falsies. Okay, let's get some lipstick on so we don't look so crazy. I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF. This is like my favorite. And I have two lipsticks. One is in the shade Pink Minx and the other one is in the shade Cheeky. I think I'm gonna go with Cheeky. Okay, it feels pretty hydrating. It is like a satin finish. I'm taking some of Pink Minx and putting that in the center. Okay, I'm gonna spray some setting spray. Hey y'all, it's 2:45, so I guess it's been about an hour. Don't mind me, I'm already in my comfy clothes again. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I added the lighter shade of concealer under my eyes, and I feel like that helped a ton about the way I feel about it. Like, I think it was the dark shadow under my eyes and then the darker shade of concealer. I'm used to a lighter shade that brightens my under eyes. So I just wanted to jump in really quick It hasn't been long enough to really be able to tell anything, but I wanted to update y'all. So I'll check back in a couple of hours and let you know how it's wearing. So it is now 5:45. I've had the makeup on for like 4 hours, and honestly, I'm just ready to take it off and throw my hair up and cook some supper. So I just wanted to check in one more time so you could see the makeup and how it's wearing. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and now to the outro. Thank y'all for hanging with me through this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Turn on your post notifications so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And I'll see y'all in my next video.